I know that it's not easy to believe what I've told you. So, let me provide you some proof. Proof that we can change the status of this situation. There. All we have to do is head to the designated point in the Nefarian ruins. We can make a slight change to what happened the day that Dark Falls was revived, without anyone knowing that we did it. You met up with Sarah and Maria the day before, right? The place you met them is where we need to go. Don't worry, I'll handle the time adjustments. You just worry about doing things exactly as you did before. You'll just be changing a little history. To the outside observer, it might seem like a tiny change, but it'll have a big impact.
It's time, Xiao.
Got it, Sarah. All right, I've said what I had to say. It's up to you now whether you believe it or not. But I believe in you.
Why are you staring at me like that? Swing and a miss. I'm wearing the same old clothes I always am. It's my hairstyle that's changed. You don't have much of an eye for these things, do you? No, not that I care. In fact, I couldn't care less.
Okay, time to start rewriting history. Avoid any and all distractions and go straight to Sarah.
You're really here, just like Xiao said.
Oh my, I see, so you were chosen. Is this mere coincidence or something more?
Save the yapping for later. I don't want to waste my time listening to a conversation only future me would understand. Besides, if we don't hurry, there's no way we'll make it in time. What do you mean, what are we doing? You're here to change history, aren't you?
Now then, you two have kept me in the dark long enough. I am number 2 of the 6, you know. So I think it's high time you explain what we are doing here.
I'm just following Xiao's orders. Apparently, if we go to the point, reinforcements will arrive. Xiao asked you to do something too, right? That's why you're here.
While I do not know what that something is, I fear we may already be too late. Based on the powerful false spawn readings I am getting, I believe that the seal on Dark Falls has already been broken.
Apparently it needs to be broken. If it isn't, then Luther won't show himself. He says it's all part of the plan. Stupid Shao! Why didn't you say that in the first place? You made it. What do you mean I shouldn't blame others for my own idiocy? Listen, you little...
Well then, putting Sarah's little spat aside, what do you think of all this? If our goal is not to stop Dark Falls from being revived, then what is it we were sent here to do? I see. We are supposed to rescue an Arx operative who is fighting Dark Falls? That much seems doable, at least. Well, whether our goal is to defeat it or rescue the Arx operative fighting it, we had better hurry. Come on, Sarah! Enough arguing now. Put it to bed and hurry up.
Right! Way to get me yelled at, stupid Shao!
How can anything even be this strong?
Is this the best you can do? Are the Arch ranks so rife with weaklings? I hunger for more. And you, little Archman, shall give it to me. This new body of mine knows it to be true.
This sounds like a certain someone is
Spare me pretense. If that were true, why would you have chosen to stand here and face me alone? If the two of you had fought together, you would have stood a chance.
Well, that was never gonna happen. You think I'd want to get anyone wrapped up in all this? No, this is personal.
You wish to play the martyr, then? Very well. Bear witness to the futility of your strife.
You? What are you all doing here? Is this some sort of dream?
Oh, how I wish it was. So that's Dark Falls Elder, is it?
It most certainly is. The very same Dark Falls that destroyed Arx 40 years ago. Which must mean it's been 40 years now since we last crossed paths. Hasn't it, Elder?
That voice, and the figure behind it. Yes, I remember you.
You sure seem to have taken on a much more humanoid look since the last time I saw you. Maybe losing to all of us taught you a thing or two?
And how I owe you for that. To you, it may have been 40 years since an encounter, but for me, it has been mere moments. A battle to be remembered, to be sure. A fight to the absolute brink. An experience unlike any other.
Sorry to interrupt your walk down memory lane, but I am not here to swap stories. I take it you're not quite back to your old self. I don't know if it's that new body of yours, or the seal, or what, but I suppose none of that will matter. Once I have cut you down, let us end this right here and now. You end here, Elder. May all those who came before me grant me power now as I usher you to oblivion. here and now, I will finally accomplish what Alma, Kasra, Regius, and myself could not 40 years ago. With you gone, we will no longer have any need for the trio of heroes nor the Council of Six. And that, at least, is a step in the right direction worth taking, is it not?
Maria, let me
I don't need the injured. Stand back! The same goes for both of you two, if you lack the courage.
Yeah, right. As if we back down from this.
from this decay. And you who dares to erase me from this world. Damn you. This power, this body, this will not suffice. I need more. Where's my true power? My true form? Where have you hidden it? Where is it? Of course. There it is.
Don't turn your back on me now. Did you not hear me when I told you I would cut you down? Prepare to fall. Labris! Come now. The old you would have easily pushed back against an attack this week.
With my true form.
Now you cannot, and that regret shall crush you. What? And who are you? Another Dark Falls? Hold on. Your photon energy isn't... We've been had! You two were leaving!
Is everyone still in one piece?
You should be ashamed that you're out of breath after only that, Sarah. Someone hasn't been keeping up on their training.
Oh, can it, Maria? It's high time you realize that you're the odd one out here. Is it even okay for you to use Labris like that?
Oh, are you worried about me now?
Not about you. About the cosmogenic arm itself.
Right. Well, not really, no. I think I'm about to owe Zig the apology of the decade.
I'm really sorry you had to come out here and save me like that. It's kind of embarrassing after I put on that big show, huh?
It's honestly a miracle that you stood up to the Elder alone and lived to tell the tale. You certainly seem to have an awful sort of luck, youngster.
Can you quit calling me that, Maria? Khosrow was there with me at the start, though. We ended up getting separated along the way, but I'm sure he made it out fine.
Khosrow was with you, was he? Well then, I suppose that means Luther knows exactly what was going down out there. On the other hand, this could be our chance. This means they're all assuming Zeno here is dead now. We may have just picked ourselves up a trump card. Maybe this is the whole reason why we found ourselves there in the first place.
If you're here, that must mean Echo and our friend there got out all right too, huh? Glad to hear I helped at least that much. Elder was stronger than anything I'd ever imagined. And that thing wasn't even back to its full power yet, was it? I can't just go on like this. The way I am now, there's no way I'll be able to protect anyone.
No, I do not imagine there is. Not as the amateur hunter you are today. I tell you what, though there are far worse things than a headstrong young man like you, you've got guts to be sure. So, how about this then? How about I train you myself, youngster? Fix you up into someone who can actually defend the people he loves.
Would you?
Just think of it as a favor for now. I've got plenty to work out myself, now that we've failed to put a stop to Elder. Sarah, do I have Xiao's approval?
That was his plan all along, so he's glad we got here early, he says. Unlike Sarah, who... Listen, Xiao, I don't need this right now.
I want to thank you. And ask a favor? Sorry. Could you keep my whole situation a secret from Echo? I feel like this is all the last thing she needs right about now. Don't worry though, I'll be back once we've set things straight. So just... take care of her for me, would you? She's doing all right, you say? You make it sound like you've already been out to check. I won't forget this, and I'll return to repay my debts, don't you worry. Just hold it together until I make it back, eh?
Enough of this charade now, Xian. Such futile endeavors are beneath you. Oracle and Arcs are all in the palm of my hand, and soon, you shall join them.
Nothing in this universe is futile. These people convinced me of that, and it is from there we began.
Very well. Struggle all you like. A few twists and turns in our story will make things all the more interesting. I will enjoy watching it all play out. Such is the pleasure and privilege of those unburdened by fleeting mortality. Such is our right. And you? I've heard so much about all of the things you've gotten up to. Do as you like. I won't impede you. Make things interesting for me. When you live forever, you need a little bit of stimulation. Wouldn't you all agree?
Luther may have cast aside his humanity, but he has not forgotten what it is to be mortal. He is enjoying this entirely too much. Because he was once mortal, he fears boredom above all else. That is his strength, but also his weakness. Something to take advantage of. Were it up to me, that is what I would do. We also think the same way. Therefore, we are not mistaken. You must keep the faith and move forward. The path you seek will come. A new path, desired by all.
Is this the seabed? Can't breathe. Just kidding. I'm totally fine. Patty here. Good to see ya.
Hello, Tia here. Patty's such a pain. Let's just ignore her, okay? No one here but you and me.
Hey, don't be like that. The more you ignore me, the more I'll bounce off the walls.
So you admit that you're acting hyper. Okay then, go ahead and tell us all where we are, Patty.
You got it. We're in Willpaw's Underground, better known as the seabed. But, as you might have noticed, there's no water.
It was probably originally a seabed, or at least underwater. But now it's a dry cavern, which is why we're not drowning. It's said that people have seen strange facilities down here, some of which are currently under investigation.
Thing is, not one bit of info from those investigations has been made public. Even though we're able to talk with the locals here, we haven't heard a peep about anything going on at these facilities. How suspicious.
Either this isn't the right time to announce it, or they never intended on going public with their results. That's not all that suspicious. Or it wouldn't be if the facilities around here weren't suddenly being destroyed. No one knows who's behind it or what their goal is.
Thanks to all that destruction, the violent enemies here have gotten even more violent and started attacking people. It's the worst! You better be careful not to get so focused on your investigation that you wind up blindsided by one of those bad boys.
What's up, boss? Something on my face? You're staring at me looking all confused, so I was curious is all. I don't have anything to hide, so if you've got questions, ask away. Huh? I talk the way I talk. What's the problem? What, I'm not girly enough for you? Man, you get hung up on some pretty petty stuff, boss. That doesn't matter. I'll talk the way I want to, and that's that. I won't put on some ditzy cute act just to make other people happy. If that's what you want, boss, then you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm not changing for anyone. Got it? Now you're not doing any talking.
Slash! 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 And one more! Slash! Ugh. This training just doesn't end. Oh gosh, when did you get here? Hey, sorry I didn't notice you. What was I doing? Just some katana practice. Mine is still pretty green, so I'm hoping repetition is the path to mastery, or something. Plus, I promised Regius that I'd be thorough in everything I did. I sure was thorough in getting him to teach me to wield this thing. I chased him down every day and begged until he finally agreed. You know, beneath that cold metal exterior, he's actually pretty hot-blooded. So I guess my wholehearted passion was kinda his weakness. Still, after all that convincing, I really don't want to let him down. So I've got to work extra hard. Even if the daily regimen is so dang tough, I already want to throw in the towel.
Greetings. My name is Huey. It's a pleasure. You may know me as Sixth of the Council of Six. I sound creepy? That's what I said. But I'm trying to be more subdued to avoid Regius's ire. Apparently there's been a number of complaints about some guy who appears out of nowhere, loudly threatens people, then vanishes. I tried explaining by yelling, "It wasn't me! It wasn't me!" But he just came right back with, "It definitely was!" A clever gambit. It's not like I can stand up to Regulus either. You can't take 2 steps into anywhere without hearing about all the amazing things he's done. He's the reason the trio of heroes and Council of 6 came to be. He's #1, a living legend. He's so damn cool! Not only is he crazy strong barehanded, but he's totally unstoppable when he's got Yonohate. The man's invincible. Nothing can stop him. Regulus and Maria are straight up stupid powerful. I guess that's just what 40 years of battle experience will get you. One of these days, I'm gonna go up against a badass opponent and win. I want to go down in history. No, I will go down in history! Oops. I'm not supposed to be yelling right now. Until we meet again.
Ooh, you came at just the perfect time. I'm oh so glad you're here. I just spoke with one of the locals here for the first time. It's amazing. Just wonderful! Don't you think it's marvelous that they can understand what we're saying? I mean, ARC's operatives use some pretty complicated words, you know? I have no idea how those little tiny creatures can fit all that into their little tiny heads. But, being able to talk to them is so much more fun than I thought. It made me wonder what sort of noises they'd make and things they'd say if I shot them. But I somehow managed to contain myself. Go on, tell me what a good girl I am. If you don't, maybe I actually will pull the trigger next time.
I'm used to being kept waiting, but this is just getting ridiculous. He said he'd definitely come back, but he could have set himself a time limit. I wonder what he'd say if he could see me now. Not anything nice, that's for sure.
He'd be like, "Why are you trying to be a class that doesn't suit ya?"
Well, I guess turnabout's fair play. We've been together for so long, I thought maybe being apart for a little while would do us some good, but... Seriously, where did you go? Why haven't you come back yet? I miss you.
What? Were you just listening to me?
Of course not! You didn't hear a thing, right? Right? So yeah, I was just saying, I need to give this whole ARCS thing my all, you know? Oh, that's right. I've got some exploring to do. Will you help me get through this area? You will, right? Okay, cool, great! Anyway, try to keep up!
Could you keep my whole situation a secret from Echo?
Well, I guess we're both in the same boat now. Let's see what we can do. We've just got one goal this time around. We need to find out what Luther was up to on this planet. If we head out far enough, we should find some leftover research facilities and equipment. Let's get to them while the trail is hot. We've been stomping around for a bit now. Is this the right way? That stupid Shao. If he can't contact us, then he should have at least given us clear directions.
Huh? Oh, it's you! How's it going? Look at that! New day, new lady. You're a slippery one, eh? What? The path farther in? That's way far that away. Don't go there much, but I can point you there. Perk of being Wopal born and raised. Catch you later then.
What just happened? Was that a local? Why could we understand him? You could communicate since the start? So these creatures don't need any translation, even though the planet was unexplored? That's some kind of... No, this isn't natural. They must have been created or altered by some sort of Ark's interference. And the only one within Arcs who's capable of doing that is him. We don't need Shao to confirm it for us. Luther was definitely doing something on this planet. Seems like this was the location of one of Luther's facilities. Some sort of test site or something. He probably messed with stuff until he got bored, then just abandoned the place. It makes me want to puke. But his short attention span means we've got a trail of clues. Guess that's a silver lining. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm sending the data to Shao. It would have been nice if he just came here himself, but I guess that was impossible. Don't ask me why. I've got no clue either. Sometimes the stuff he says is so abstract, I can't understand a word of it. Well, he's easier to understand than Xion at least. Or so he claims. Though I suppose if Xion was easy to understand, then that'd create its own share of problems. Xiao's mentioned that before, actually. Xion is deliberately incomprehensible. Though I suppose if I had Luther trying to analyze my every word, I'd be vague and mysterious too. Basically, Xion's looking for help while their eavesdropper is in the room. They can't just come out and say stuff plainly. Doesn't help that the one who's got a connection to Xion right now seems to be especially bad at communication. Well, what do I care? This place is different from the others. He didn't even bother to hide the fact that he was researching something here. Did he make that thing? Or did he just set it down there? Either way, it's got his grubby fingerprints all over it. Oh, good. It's not complete, but there's still some data left over. I'll take that, thanks. Mixed records on fall spawn and the locals here. So they've been fused. That would explain the readings, but there's gotta be something more here. No way! Breaking down the water's composition? Synthesizing with the planet? Was he messing with the planet itself? What the hell was he thinking? Sorry. I'm still trying to wrap my head around all this. All I know for sure is, whatever Luther was up to, it's way bigger than I ever imagined. Let's head back. If Xiao gets a look at this data, we should be able to learn more. A new enemy? Let's take it down! What are we doing hiding back here? That enemy's not getting back up.
This one's been defeated as well. It appears we're not the first ones here. Forgive me, Theodore. I thought this would be an ideal way to test your abilities.
Doesn't bother me. Now then, should I do the thing here too?
Please, by all means. Splendid! I can't imagine the slightest amount of data will remain after all that.
If you'd like, I could blow up the entire place.
No need to go that far. To be quite honest, destroying this place was never a necessity. No matter what they learn, no matter how they play detective, Arx is powerless to stop me. They are but dancers in the palm of my hand. Still, denying such fragile things the opportunity to dance would be true cruelty, don't you think? I've already collected all the data I need. There's a curious joy in watching them struggle against the inevitable.
I don't really understand.
You will in time, I guarantee you. Now, let us be on our way.
That was way too close. Think we're in the palm of your hand, do you? Let's see if you're still smiling when we take you down. Still, one thing kind of bugs me. That Arx operative Luther had with him? That wasn't Claris Grays. So who was it? That's one more enemy standing in our way. But worse than that, Luther's just gonna use him and toss him aside as soon as he's done. I can't let that happen again. Not to anyone else. There are enough people like us already. Sorry. Forget I said anything. I wonder if there's some sort of way to save him from Luther's clutches.
Oh, you're here too, huh? Yeah, I wanted to see Xian myself. But they're acting a little strange. It's like they're troubled or pained.
I sometimes wonder if it would have been better to do nothing. To let time flow the way it was meant to flow. For what purpose do we prolong your and her suffering? Perhaps turning back time to that original chance encounter and making it so that it never happened would be the best solution. We have seen, we have judged that solution to be folly, and yet I cannot help but wonder. Perhaps if none of this happened, everyone could live happily, unclouded by this fear.
And that's not true. Because I wouldn't have been saved if you hadn't interfered. I never would have met the person most important to me.
I'm grateful. I'm so glad that you brought the two of us together. I'm sure a lot of painful and difficult stuff happened to make that possible, but I'll always be grateful. And that's why I don't want you to be worried. I'm sure the path you've chosen will lead to happiness for everyone.
Thank you.
You want to know about the victims from when the Fallspawn attacked Themis? Which battle was that?
That was when the Fallspawn assaulted us. Even Regius made an appearance in that fight.
Oh, that! That, huh? You've got a nose for a scoop, don't ya? Some Newman guy asked us about the exact same thing just the other day. Too bad, though. Sorry. There are some things even Tia and I can't do.
To translate Patty's purposefully obtuse comments, Theodore was after the same information. But I have to apologize. As Patty said, that's one piece of information we can't give you.
Normally, that info wouldn't be that hard to get a hold of, but we ran into a little problem. The list of the victims of the attack is being held under lock and key. No one can access it. A normal investigation has no hope of turning up anything. Why all the secrecy? It's so weird.
We did manage to get a report on the fatalities, but that's not quite what you're after, is it?
Don't give up, though. If you can't get it digitally, you just gotta go around asking the old-fashioned way.
That is certainly one idea, but have you ever actually gotten any info that way, Patty?
Nope!
Thought so.
Don't forget to prepare before setting off. Thank you very much.